Hi there guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yes, maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Okay guys, you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on. Lovely. And of course, going on my Crash Bandicoot case to there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you're into gaming retrospectives, complete unboxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you can handle the Artsy Gamers mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell, held up by Tails there. Well, today is the last day that we get to cover the PlayStation 2. Let's just bring it to the camera here. Oh, here it is. So yeah, let's just provide you a bit of background story with this if you are new watching today. So I actually run a gaming community outside of work, outside of TikTok, and we kindly got donated a PlayStation 2, would you believe? Now, the first day I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, it was fully complete. Manuals, demo discs, lovely controllers, all packaged in here. I'd never seen anything like it really. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I do have to go and show this to the channel. Absolutely. It would have been rude not to. So the first day we actually did a complete unboxed experience of this. I unpackaged it and I really did take you back to the early 2000s, really providing a lot of nostalgia. Absolutely. I got lots of lovely comments saying, yes, it's, took me back to Christmas of 2001 and stuff like that. And oh yes, my 5th birthday and whatnot. So yeah, really lovely comments there, sorry. And then the next day, we actually took a little bit more information from all the manuals that are involved here, and we had a bit of a deep dive. So, I mean, I'm not going to get all of them out now, but this one really did catch my eye. Yes, I know, a little bit boring. A lot of the stuff is in black and white, but I was looking at some of the really lovely, what would you call it? Design work of the PlayStation 2 itself in its original form, that black and white look. And anything like that, I would say, can really help inspire your artwork. And I believe, I don't know if it was in this book actually, but there was a really cool piece, yes, here, where there, just a standard image of somebody putting a disc into the PlayStation 2 there. And I thought, oh my gosh, already I was getting some really lovely bits of inspiration from that. I was almost thinking like, yeah, that could be like Ratchet's hand putting in a Ratchet and Clank game, and then maybe Dr. Quark's hand like playing the controller there. I thought that was quite a weird, but also really cool kind of imaginative thought I had literally as I was just doing the YouTube channel. So yeah, that was really cool. So we covered a lot of the paperwork on Wednesday, and then today I thought it would be a really cool idea to actually have a look and deep dive into the back of this box here, because there are some really lovely advertisements of all the games that I would you say were pretty much like release titles for the PlayStation 2 to really, or what I like to say,
whet the appetite of the gamer.
To pick up a PlayStation 2 and go, oh my gosh, I can play all these games at launch. Whoa. So I thought it'd be really cool to actually pick out some games that I have actually got in my collection and maybe do a little bit of a comparison of what the box arts look like from the inbuilt screenshots there from the games themselves. And also, when I had an idea, I was going to say, right to the Discord, if you have got any of these games seen here, could you please post them up or let me know if you've got them? I would love to see them. And again, yeah, do a little bit of comparison on Friday, which is today. Now, luckily, some people have got back. And I tell you what, Jay absolutely has come back with an absolute bomb. Jay actually found some footage that he has actually put together himself of the getaway. Now, Now, the getaway wasn't actually seen on the back of this box here, but the getaway was actually seen in this lovely advertisement leaflet. Where the hell has it gone? Here it is, which I did show as well in that video where we did look at just the manuals and the paperwork and stuff like that. So definitely check out that video if you haven't already. But yeah, look, here we go. So instantly on this little lovely advertisement piece here, the getaway is on here. And I think that caught Jay's eye, and Jay got back to me with some really awesome footage. I will pop up little bits of it here and there as B-roll as I'm talking, but actually at the end of this video, I will put up the whole length of his footage. It's about 4 minutes long, and I think it's really, really cool. Unfortunately, couldn't manage to capture the audio, so there will just be the classic artsy gamer music behind it. But you never know, there may have been some licensed music in there anyway, and I wouldn't have been able to pop that up with that music on. So, audio, it didn't really matter. As long as we're seeing some really lovely footage. And yes, absolutely, he really did go to town. So thank you, Jay, for, putting that together. And I would actually say, because I have watched it, I would say, yeah, that footage that he has captured really does represent this lovely piece here. Quite, I would say, a dark game, and very kind of like GTA-esque, with lots of cars, NPCs roaming around the environment. I thought that was really cool. Looks really, really compelling as well. Looks like there's a really cool, interesting story behind it. And like really old kind of cars as well, I thought, which was really nice to look at, rather than kind of like, all the time these kind of modern cars for the time. I'm just thinking of GTA, you're not getting like a really old classic car on the streets of GTA, but I did like that they were kind of like older style cars, I thought, which was really, really nice. And I do think that is displayed really, really well here. And this guy with his gun about to take out this NPC here, so it looks like you're gonna have a really fun time. And I think, this piece here really does represent the game well. And if it's done that, then, you're going to have a good time, aren't you, really? It's really important that these advertisements really did represent that game to its full potential. And I think just kind of like a casual screenshot here really does, I would say, portray the game well. It does look quite like a casual game. Not so much the actual gameplay, but the way the environments are placed and all that. Again, very similar to GTA. It is that kind of like, I wouldn't say a casual game, but the story and the environments portray kind of a very kind of like casual kind of look. And I think that is displayed really, really well there. So thank you, Jay, so much for getting involved there, putting that clip together. It must have taken quite a while. So honestly, it really does mean the world that you did do that, and to show the viewers. So that was really cool. But that was featured in this. There is another game that was also featured in this as well that I do have that wasn't on the box, and that was GTA Vice City. So let's just get that as we are already on this little piece. We'll do this piece first before we move on to the box then. Ratchet. But yes, here we go. I thought this was really nice, actually, and I would say maybe a little bit more dedicated to Vice City, because there is a full figure character model here, an NPC that you see on the beach maybe, or on those startup screens. But again, I would like to do maybe a little bit of a comparison now, starting this comparison off. So I do have the GTA Vice City box art here, and instantly it really does scream
GTA, doesn't it? Well, obviously, but
if you are just picking up your PlayStation 2 for the first time and you are flicking through these advertisements to see what games might, you pick up, and these advertisements do need to represent that game well. And I think it really, really does. The bright poppy color is seen here on this lovely character model there. And then also just up here, just to the left hand side of the character model, we do have the main man himself, don't we, in that bright blue what would you call it, like t-shirt type thing, a Miami blue t-shirt. So that's really cool there, and I would say that does represent it very, very well. You have got the lovely bright blue colors, and you're in that storefront, aren't you? You're looking for that game. What have you just seen in that manual to then, pick up to go and put in your brand new PlayStation 2? And I would say, oh yeah, I remember seeing something like that. Very, very bright colors, very, very blue, very pink. That must be it. And yeah, that's exactly what it should be doing. And it really, really has done that there. So that's really cool. But yeah, very, very nice. Absolutely love that. I do think it portrays the game very, very well. And then, yeah, we've just got him in that stance there with a gun. So, there's going to be some really cool hardcore gunplay and fun gunplay at that. And of course, yes, displayed very much on the box art there, isn't it? Guns here, explosions there, absolutely top notch. You're going to have an action-packed time with this. So I think they do, represent each other very, very well. So that's pretty cool. Other games that were on here, Lara Croft again. I would like to move on to the box in a minute because, Lara Croft and Ratchet are seen on the box there, which is kind of what I'm more interested in because that is the main thing, isn't it? You've just bought your PlayStation 2 and then you flip it onto the back and then, whoa, look at all these games. I want a little bit of that. Where am I going to find them? Well, you're going to be going to the storefront, aren't you, back in the day, and you need to find that lovely box art. And I would love to do a bit of a comparison with that. But there we go. Lovely slip here. I definitely won't be getting rid of this at all. In fact, I would like to keep this and I probably will. Like I said in my Wednesday video, just keeping these slips aren't going to affect the overall experience of the PlayStation 2, in my gaming community. And in fact, I think it's probably best if I do keep them because Jay was actually saying, with all these lovely manuals and stuff, it's probably actually going to be worth quite a bit. So it would be good to just keep them actually maybe in a plastic wallet, keep them nice and safe because it would be a shame for them to, just get ripped or thrown away in my place of work. And that probably would happen. It really, really would. Somebody will just see that there and chuck it in the bin, not realizing that it is actually a piece of memorabilia.
A piece of memorabilia
From the PlayStation 2 era. So yes, and I do have some plastic slips actually. I will bring them to the camera because I like to keep my magazines in there as well. And sometimes I do get some questions saying, where do you get those plastic slips from? Oh, they're really good. How big are they? So I will bring them to the camera just so you can have a little look at later. But there we go. That is the slip there, the little advertisement slip that you get with the PlayStation 2. And I just thought I would show you those games that are in there. And again, massive thank you to Jay for showing the Getaways. That was pretty cool. Right then, guys, let's reset. Let's reset. My hair's down today. I don't know why, but let's have a sip of coffee. Come on. Right then, guys, let's reset. Let's reset. My hair's down today. I don't know why, but let's have a sip of coffee. Come on.
Oh my god.
Right, let's bring this bad boy up then. Lovely. Join me for that. Right. Okay, so here we go. PlayStation 2. Again, you've just picked this up for Christmas. You've ripped it open from your Christmas wrapping paper. And come on, we'll just have a quick look at the front there.
Ooh, baby.
Look at that blue with that lovely PlayStation 2 logo shining bright, baby. And you're looking all around and then you're like, whoa, okay, damn, look at all the games that I can play on this thing. Let's go. Now, in my collection that I have got, from what I can see here on the box, I have got Tomb Raider. Again, I'm not too sure if it is the Tomb Raider screenshot that is displayed here, but I do have Tomb Raider. I have a Metal Gear Solid 2, so I'd love to show you that today. Of course, I have a Ratchet and Clank, where that has gone. Yeah, here we go, Ratchet and Clank. It just does say Ratchet and Clank, so I'm assuming that is the first one, and I do have that, so I'd love to show you that today. I do have, actually, where's it gone? Kingdom Hearts, but unfortunately not the PlayStation 2 version. What a shame. Now, T-Break Drawing actually got back to me, and he did say he had Kingdom Hearts, but he hasn't actually got back to me with a picture yet, so he may be a little bit too late posting that because my video might have gone out before he posts it. But if he does drop it in before this video goes live, I will pop it in towards the end of this video, maybe after the lovely clip of the getaway that Jay has posted. But if he does, then stay tuned for that. Yeah, he said he did have some Kingdom Hearts, so I'm hoping it would be the PlayStation 2 version. But apart from that, I don't have anything else. Nat said that she has actually played Ape Escape. There is a way you can play that now on modern consoles via the PlayStation Plus package. I do believe you need that premium tier, and yes, you can play Ape Escape. Again, it's a game I would love to actually pick up physically. I must check out Vinted actually, because I did have a little dabble with this, actually playing on Astro's Playroom or whatever, it's Astrobot, the new game that came out there. And it really did give you a sense of playing Ape Escape, because there was a little kind of like side mission that you could do. That was really fun. And you know what? That actually made me want to go and actually pick it up and play. But again, I did ask Nat to see if she could get some pictures or screenshots or whatever. Again, she hasn't quite got back to me. Everyone's busy, so I'm not saying, oh, how annoying. No, not like that at all. But if she does get back to me, maybe with some screenshots of the game itself, then yes, I'll pop them back up at the end of the video. But okay, here we go then. So why not? We'll start with Ratchet and Clank here. Now, I really love the screenshot there that is used for this advertisement piece for the PlayStation 2. I think it is really, really lovely. So we've got Ratchet there just looking up into that sky, that lovely environment and scenery. What the hell is Ratchet going to have to do? It is just a beautiful, beautiful scene there, and I think it is really cool. And I would say it actually almost gives like an open world-esque kind of view. Yes, Ratchet and Clank is very much a linear game, but I really do appreciate it after playing it now. The amount of scenery, the amount of density that is in the backdrops of all the, well, I would say the levels is really, really lovely. It really does give you a sense of that, I would say, I don't know, like weirdly Zelda vibes. I don't know why, but that kind of like looking out into the abyss of that beautiful greenery, scenery with lots of kind of like mystical things or mechanical things, like really not quite real world, but like spaceified. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I don't know why Zelda, but yeah, that's just the vibe. And then it kind of then draws you into that more linear game style. It's almost as if here Ratchet has just started out on one of his main missions. He's just entered a new planet, and that's it, isn't it? He's just entered a new planet. He's looking around, and that just really does set the scene for me as a gamer anyway. And yes, it just, yeah, wow, just wow for me, just wow.
Wow, just wow, just wow for me, just wow.
So of course, guys, yes, I do have the PlayStation 2 box art here. So let's just bring that into play here. So yeah, okay. So you've just seen that game on your PlayStation 2 box. You're gonna be looking now for that game in the storefront, and then yeah, this is what you would be greeted with back at the time. Now, I do think it does represent it quite well. It is those kind of browny, dark toned colours, which is seen there on the box. You have got a really cool gun as well there, so that's cool. Again, Ratchet was just kind of like standing there a little bit alone, but instantly now the game is like, right, okay, there is definitely more to this than meets the eye just from looking at the box of that PlayStation 2. We've got some gunplay, which is really awesome, but again, it still does take into account that kind of density that each level has. You've got that lovely sky there, and then it kind of like draws it into the distance, and what are you looking at? We've got cities, we've got villages, but they are not kind of real life stuff at all. It's kind of like alien cities and villages and spacecraft and stuff like that. So that is really cool. What I do think they could have done though is maybe just tone this kind of ripped effect down a little bit. That is a bit of a shame because they've gone too much all out with that. And a lot of that, like I said, that density of that environment is lost here. It is just kind of like Ratchet standing in a ripped apart hole, which is a little bit of a shame here. Yes, you can say that it does wrap round onto the back, so you do get a bit of a better idea and understanding of what kind of level is like and the terrain and the environment, which is cool. I don't mind that. But that's what you are looking at first when you are in that game store, isn't it? You need something to really get that gamer to pick it off the shelf. Do you need to get that gamer, that first time PlayStation 2 owner, to go, yes, that was the game that was seen on the back of the box? I do think it does it well, but maybe slightly better. Like I said, maybe tone down this ripped effect to give it that kind of like, yeah, wow, that was the cityscape that I saw on the back of the box art. Okay, let's go. So yeah, but there we go. A lovely little comparison there of Ratchet and Clank. But again, you can't go wrong too much. The Ratchet and Clank sign is on there, isn't it? But yeah, very, very nice. And I do like this box art. It is nice. I do think they get better. But yeah, very, very nice. So yeah, that was Ratchet. Is he holding a gun on this one? Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah, he was holding a gun, so that's cool. Okay, yeah. I don't think it is the same one that, well, it might be. But yeah, I do think, yeah, they both kind of like represent each other really well. The screenshot used here to advertise it, and yeah, the box art that is in your initial kind of like thing that you go to in that game store there. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay then, let's move on to Tomb Raider. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is like a full comparison, because I don't know if this is the Tomb Raider that I have got, but I will just bring it to the camera anyway. So, here we go. Now, Lara is very much in action here. Now, this is the one that I've got. I've got Tomb Raider Legends. I would love to get the full collection, absolutely. Again, it's just finding that time to build it up and money and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the one that I've got. Now, to be honest with you, again, I don't want to go like a really full comparison of saying like, right, yeah, well, this is the one that was on the box, and yeah, it doesn't really match it that well, because like I said, I don't know. But if this was kind of the title that was seen there on the box, I don't think it represents it that well. Like I said with the Ratchet, you need something to really make the gamer go, yes, that was the thing that was seen on that PlayStation 2 box. And just having Lara's face there, I don't think really does it that well. And you know what? No matter if I'm talking about what is on the back of the box there or not, I think that, yeah, they could have done a little bit more with this this art here. This doesn't really scream like what Lara is going to be doing. It doesn't really, yeah, I would say, entice that gamer to pick it up and go, yeah, that's kind of like some really cool action-packed platforming, dungeon, well, I say dungeon, what's the word, tomb raiding. That doesn't scream tomb raiding to me, unless you just read the title there. And most people are drawn to art. Not all the time are they drawn to text at all. No, it is their initial first impression is what is seen on the front there, with the animations, with the art style, with the graphics that are used. And then it is that later stage, it is that secondary phase of looking at the box art, is when you would take a look at the actual logo there saying Tomb Raider. Now, I have done a completed box experience of this before on my channel, and I don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. It is a really lovely piece, and yes, you could argue, well, it's Tomb Raider, come on, it's Lara, people have already played a lot of them on the PlayStation 1, you know what you're going to get. Well, I didn't. I really didn't. When I picked up my PlayStation 2, I had no idea what Lara Croft was, to be honest with you. So, you know, from that standpoint, I don't think this really tells new gamers coming in with their PlayStation 2 that this is, you know, the next kind of like Lara Croft, action-packed, yeah, like shooting, tigers, puzzles, you know, that really, well, I say iconic gameplay of Lara Croft. And like I said, unfortunately, I don't think that really does represent what is seen on this box art here. Now, she is just represented just here, and she's got a lovely gun there. Looks like she's about to just head around the corner. Maybe there's some enemies ready to pounce on her, who knows, but I would say that maybe gives a little bit more stealth play there, which is cool, and that's what you need. You do need a mix of games here. You know, you need the action, you need the flying, you need the racing, you need the fighting, but yeah, you also need the stealth, and I think that does display the stealth element of all these games quite nicely there. But yeah, I wouldn't say that this is probably the best box art to entice maybe new gamers that have never played Lara Croft for the first time. But again, that's just my opinion. Right then, okay, so there we go. There is that one. Another one is, yes, Metal Gear Solid, baby. So again, let's just bring Metal Gear Solid up now. And what screenshot have they used to, represent this? Now, again, I think this is quite cool. Unfortunately, a little bit dark, but it is just seen here. And I don't know. I think I'm a little bit disappointed with the screenshot that is used here for, Metal Gear Solid. I think they could have used a lot better, just a lot better ones, to be honest with you. This isn't the best one there. Very dark. Can't really see what's going on. It is just a man just walking across some sort of bridge with a light. Again, it does give you that kind of like stealth play, which is cool, and they did put it next to that Lara, so yeah, I would say this kind of like part of the box maybe is representing kind of like that gunplay, stealth, very quiet, sneaking around, puzzles and stuff like that, which is cool. I like how they've done that there, but come on, there is a lot more to Metal Gear Solid 2, isn't it? And I don't think that really would entice me to pick up that game, unfortunately. However, the actual box art of Metal Gear Solid 2, I think would. I would see that there and go,
Oh, damn, okay.
all right, this looks pretty cool. I like how they haven't just used that character model and just, stuck him on the front. They put like a really cool like art piece to him as well, which is really lovely, kind of like a metallic-y look to it, which is cool. I love that. Really, really nice. The massive gun there, I would say, just screams pick me up, wouldn't you? That is so cool. I mean, what I think I mentioned it in my completing box of this when I did it on the channel a few videos ago. What is missing with this is the logo now. Now, yes, your eyes are drawn to that art piece. Instantly, you're like, whoa, okay, what is a little bit of this? I want a little bit of this, let's go. But the logo now, that's that secondary phase of looking at boxes, right? What is going on here? What's that text saying? And it is very, very missed. It is very, very subtle. And to the point where you might even miss it, completely miss it, and then you might not even realize that that was the game that was advertised on your PlayStation 2. I mean, good or a bad thing, I don't know, but that's you want them to marry up, don't you? You want the advertisements on that PlayStation 2 box art to marry up and match what is seeing here, and unfortunately with that logo, I don't think it does. It needs to be maybe black to go, whoa, okay, look at this, and then boom, okay, that's Metal Gear Solid. That was the game that was on my box. Let's go, let's pick this up. And like I said, unfortunately, that doesn't really do it there, but nevertheless, the artwork is really, really lovely, and wow. And guys, if you haven't seen my complete unboxed experience of this, please do. It is a really, really lovely piece, this. Got, full color manual. It's basically like a comic, guys. I would have to probably do another complete unbox of this on the channel because it is really, really great. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already. But today, obviously, I am just comparing the box arts here and what is seen on that PlayStation 2 box as well. But yeah, really, really nice. And like I said, I think the actual box art does a better representation of the game to entice that gamer that is seen there on that PlayStation 2 box. Okay, then. Yes, now moving on. And now I can't really do a full comparison here at all because this isn't Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2, but we do have a lovely picture here of a nice kind of like subtle kind of, I would say, cozy kind of vibe here with that Kingdom Hearts, and that one is just displayed here. A lovely subtle blue, the character model looking up again into, I don't know, the night sky. What missions and exploration is going to be happening in this game, who knows, but I do like the mystery and the wonder behind it, so that's really cool. And again, yeah, I would say maybe something that would really entice me, because I don't know what's really going to be going on there, so that's really cool. Now, like I said, I do have the box art here for the PlayStation 3 version, and this was a limited edition, or not limited, oh no, it wasn't, it says a limited edition anyway, of Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts, very, very heavily featured with Disney. There are a lot of Disney characters in this, and I assume a lot of them were displayed in the PlayStation 2 game as well. You know, that is Kingdom Hearts. But again, I would say that box art doesn't really represent the game well, because there are no kind of like, Disney characters displayed on that. It was just that main protagonist kind of like looking up into the night sky. So again, a little bit of misrepresentation there, which is a shame. Again, like I said, you've just picked that up for Christmas. You're looking at those games. What is that next game that you want to buy? Let's have a look at the back of that lovely PlayStation 2 box. Oh, Kingdom Hearts, okay. You go into your storefront. You're probably going to be looking for maybe kind of like a blue kind of look to things, maybe quite anime as well. And then, and then you've got this with loads of like Disney characters all over it. Now, like I said, I can't really do a full comparison because this is the PlayStation 3 version. So I would love to actually check out the PlayStation 2. But I'm pretty sure it's going to have some kind of like Disney elements to it. I mean, again, I'll try and find a picture that I could at least put up of that PlayStation 2 box. But again, it doesn't, and I wouldn't say it kind of represents it that well. Now, this does leave me questioning, guys. Did PlayStation just go to the developers and just say, like, can you just provide me a screenshot just so we can just pop it on our box here? Because we really want to also, advertise some games that you can now play on the PlayStation 2 without maybe giving the developers that much feedback. You know, where was it going to be positioned on the box? How is it going to be displayed to the gamer? And they might have just gone, oh, okay then, and then, just gave them a screenshot. They could have gone down that route. I don't know. Or they may have just had permission from the game developers themselves to go, you can take some screenshots to pop on the back of the box, without maybe realizing what kind of maybe games they are, or didn't really know too much about the nooks and crannies of the game, and they just go, oh yeah, that'll do. Oh yeah, that'll do. Oh, that looks nice there. That looks a little bit of stealth there. That looks a little bit of action. Oh, there's a bit of a fighting game there. That looks like a good roundhouse kick. We'll just add that in there. And, maybe not even realizing that there is quite a lot of Disney, in this, and they just took a random screenshot that looked pretty rather than what is that game really about, and what is that game going to look like on that store shelf to make that game go, that was the game. So again, I don't know the ins and outs of that at all, but it is just interesting to think about, isn't it? It's just interesting to think how Sony went about asking developers, can I put this on the box, and or can you send me some screenshots and stuff like that? So that's just my opinion. I don't know. I think they could have maybe represented the game a little bit better with some. For example, like I said, I did like the Ratchet there. I think that does represent the game quite well, actually. So that's pretty cool. But probably wouldn't say Metal Gear Solid. Didn't really represent that well. And again, I can't really do too much of a comparison on Tomb Raider because I don't know if that was the game used there. But just kind of giving a bit of feedback on this, where's it gone? With this game, on the box or not. I think they could have done maybe a little bit more to maybe tell the gamer what is going on in there. Very, very, I would say, leaves the gamer wondering. I think I used that word a lot during my complete unbox experience of this on the channel a few videos ago now. Yeah, leaves the gamer wondering, and that can be good, but that also can be bad for new gamers. Yeah. Right, I think that is it, guys. I think that is it for our our kind of like comparison, which I really did enjoy doing today. Games I wouldn't mind actually picking up for my collection. I would love to try Tekken. I do want to actually maybe explore some fighting games. I do actually enjoy playing fighting games. So I really wouldn't mind checking out Tekken. Primal looks, I don't know what Primal is that also like a fighting game? I don't know, but the kind of like animation has really kind of caught my eye there. Lots of colors, lots of graphic design, so I do really like that. So yeah, Primal, yeah, Tekken. And then yeah, I don't really know what else. Yes, Ape Escape, absolutely. I definitely want that in my collection. But everything else, I don't know. I mean, this rally game, potentially. Wipeout, potentially. I've heard good things about that. Wipeout, yeah. Wipeout, yeah. Fusion, I don't know. But yeah, Time Splitters, again, I've heard is good, but for me, kind of like nostalgia vibes, definitely Ape Escape, Tekken, the Primal and the Rally, more just because I wouldn't mind a few more racing games in my collection and stuff that I haven't really tried. And maybe, yeah, just the art and graphic design behind that one looks pretty cool. But yeah. Well, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video today and our little series on the PlayStation 2. Sadly, I have to give it back today. But we've had a really good time exploring this, doing a complete unboxing, looking at the art and graphic design in the manuals and all the different kind of like, things that are included in here, like discs and demo discs. That was really fun. And of course, guys, yes, looking at these lovely advertisements seen here right back in the early 2000s, as soon as you picked up your PlayStation 2. Yeah, what is your next game that you're wanting to pick up on this? Yeah. Right then, guys, well, I will leave you with a lovely short video of
What's the game, guys? What's the game? Oh my god.
yeah, the getaway, guys, the getaway that Jay has kindly sent. And if I do get a few last minute pictures of some of your games that you have seen on that box, I will pop them up at the end too. Right then, guys, well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that video. And of course, guys, I'll catch you in tomorrow's TikTok Live and YouTube video. That is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out. Right, guys, sorry, I am back. I completely forgot to mention this before I signed off. I did earlier on in the video say I would show you some of these plastic wallets that I keep my gaming magazines in. These are really great. These are like zip Polly Pocket things, and I think they protect your kind of material like this really well. They're just a little bit bigger than the normal, those kind of like A4 Polly Pocket things, and you can slip other bits and bobs in there as well. For example, here the demo disc that comes alongside the magazine, and I thought these would be a really good shout to pop all of the manuals and demo discs and advertisement slips that were involved with the PlayStation 2 here. So yeah, here it is. Now, I picked these up from Tesco actually quite a while ago when I was looking to start to build up a magazine collection because I did want to keep those really nice, especially as I'm storing them. They can kind of like fray up on the sides, so keeping them in something like this I think is really great, and that is exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm actually going to pop all of the materials in this zip pocket here And what's great about the zip as well is that means none of the kind of smaller things will fall out, you know, in transport or travel, or, you know, if I ever decide to move out of this place, I know that all the stuff will be kept nice and safe. So yeah, I mean, they're pretty big as well. Like I would say, yeah, this is maybe A4 slightly bigger, and it'll have no problem, yeah, fitting in here, which is great. Oh yeah, look at that. And then of course, guys, yes, it is just that little bit bigger, so then it can fit all the other extras in there as well. And I believe that'll keep them lovely and safe, because as I have heard, yeah, they are quite, yeah, well, I don't know if they're pricey in themselves, but having it all together with that PlayStation 2, it could actually mount up to be quite a pricey piece. So it'd be really good to just keep these nice and safe here. And yeah, if we ever do sell the PlayStation 2, I'll then put these back. And you never know, there might be a little bit of money involved with that can go back into the gaming community. So yeah, that is one way just to keep all your kind of like gaming smaller accessories nice and safe. But yeah, there we go. It was a Tesco's pickup, but I'm sure you can pick these up from Amazon or something very similar. And it was really, really cheap as well. I would say I got a pack of maybe 5 for about £5. Yeah, so I'll say it's probably like £1 per pouch. And yeah, very, very effective. And I'm so glad I got them. And yes, these can be kept nice and safe. Right then, now I will end today's video. And yes, of course, enjoy Jay's, yeah, little bit of a gameplay of The Getaway.